Land use is number 2 as a source of greenhouse gases. If you're really interested in doing something about climate, let's go to land use. If we don't get sustainability in agriculture first, it's not going to happen.
I'm Mark Bittman for the New York Times. If you care about sustainable agriculture, healthy eating, and, the planet, you probably should know about Wes Jackson.
Such as those working on ecological agriculture.
Wes is a legend, a farmer, scholar, thought leader, and activist in sustainable agriculture for 4 decades. I had the chance to speak with Wes on a recent trip to the annual Prairie Festival in Salina, Kansas, which is pretty much the grain heartland of America. Wes established and still runs the Land Institute, where ecologists and agro-researchers work on changing the way we grow grains.
We just had a fantastic weekend with probably the best weather of the year, and you had a wonderful turnout of, 800 people for
something like that.
Prairie Festival. What's the governing theory here? Why were people coming?
Well, it's a celebration of the prairie ecosystem and an opportunity to think through with some scholars from here and there that are interested in the general idea of a sustainable sunshine future featuring agriculture.
We ate some things, we drank some things that were actually made from sustainable perennial crops. That's kind of the core idea of what you've been doing, isn't it?
What we're doing is perennializing some major crops and domesticating some wild, promising species. And, and looking around, essentially all of nature's ecosystems are perennial polycultures.
And almost all of our food comes from annual monoculture,
right.
Which is what agriculture, with the exception of tree crops, it's what agriculture has always meant.
Since 10,000 years ago.
You plant every spring.
Yeah.
And that's a biblical tradition, and
right.
we have a very warm, fuzzy feeling about it and so on.
Right.
But by definition, it degrades the soil.
Yeah.
The alternative is perennial polycultures. Farmers would not have to tear up their land every year, and multiple crops grown simultaneously keep nutrients in the soil, erosion minimized, and pests and diseases at bay. Not only that, the whole system would be far less dependent on chemical fertilizers and pesticides. And the crop that has shown potential to do all that is a relative of wheat called kernza.
Kernza is wheatgrass?
Kernza is intermediate wheatgrass, but selected for higher yield and grain attributes. People are ready to get going with kernza. It has gluten, but not the gluten complement that will make bread rise. It's very complementary, though, with annual wheat flour.
But is production of kernza and other perennial crops scalable? The idea here, quite literally, is to change the face of agriculture, at least of grain agriculture. And that's huge.
I don't think we have to slay Goliath. I think we have to, and the Goliath is the industrial agriculture Goliath. All we have to do is quit using so much fertilizer. Farmers just want to make a profit. And if they see they can lower their input costs, they'll do it.